Uh-huh. That's good. So you're bringing good news to everybody, even if they don't vote for you. I think it probably will make Democrats and liberals feel better knowing that the Republicans aren't who they used to be. At least not in
Well,
Minneapolis, anyway.
no, the hardcore, the very, very Democratic people don't like that. They don't like that because they have a corner on the social issue
Oh,
base.
well, the Democrats who want to
The peop-
maintain power, but
because normal people aren't Republicans and normal people aren't Democrats.
okay.
Normal people don't think about politics. You know, they think about it when it's time for a presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Normal people are independents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And independents have been liking my message. People who lean Republican like my message, and people who lean Democrat like my message.
Hmm.
People who are solidly Democrat really don't like it because they have the corner,
Hmm.
they have the social issue market cornered in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bring in a Republican who appeals to people who have those traditional, non-conservative
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
social issues, plus having smart financial policy,
Mm-hmm.
no, then the base of the Democrats, they get scared and they don't like
Mm.
that message.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself?
All right.
Like, where you're from and what
I'm
you
from-
do when you're not running for office.
I'm from West Fargo, North Dakota.
Uh-huh.
I was born there in 1980, so I'm 30 years old now.
Okay.
See, I been working since I was 10 years old. I had my first job. I was a paper boy delivering the Fargo Forum at 4:30, 5 o'clock every
Mm.
morning for 7 years. Did that, received a degree in business computer systems from Bradley University.
Where's Bradley?
It's in Peoria, Illinois.
All right.
I went to work for Microsoft. I was a software test engineer working on financial software.
Sounds,
Boring?
I don't know, prestigious or something.
I like the job, but it's not something I could see myself doing for a
Okay.
career.
Uh-huh.
So I quit that after less than a year, and I joined the Peace Corps. Moved to the Kingdom of Tonga for 2 years, little tiny island in the South Pacific,
Hmm.
thousands of miles from
Anything?
anywhere else.
Wow. Tonga.
I was out there, lived in a village of, most of my time was in a village of 450 people. I lived in a tin shack for about a year and a half, shared it with the rats, shared it with the...
Was it a large island?
No, not at all.
I mean, was there civilization? Were there cities?
On the main island, people would have jobs. There's accountants on the main island. There
Okay.
was, similar to what we have here, just on a smaller scale. But my island was about 17 hours away by boat, if both engines were working.
Oh my
I-
gosh.
I've taken the boat ride where it was 22, 26 hours.
Oh
So
man.
That's
absolute isolation.
it was remote. It was very, very remote.
Wow.
But still, what I did when I was out there was I helped village groups, community groups set up self-sustaining small businesses.
Hmm.
We helped them identify their strengths, figure out what they wanted to do, put together a plan, do some project management, put together a budget, work on the project,
Hmm.
have someone trained in to take over when I left. And last I heard, a couple of these are still going. I know we set up a few different village computer centers.
Mhm.
We set up a little village library, a landscaping business, and
Hmm.
a small commercial agricultural plot, doing a little bit of exporting to other Pacific countries.
Hmm. So then you did that for 2 years?
Did that for 2 years. Then when my time in there was up, I ended up in Japan for about a year, where I was a executive search consultant,
Mhm.
which is just a fancy term for headhunter.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for about a year. Met my wife when I was over there, and moved back to Minnesota. Moved to Minneapolis in 2006 to attend University of St. Thomas School of Law.
Okay. Graduated now?
Graduated 2009, passed the bar, licensed attorney.
Okay.
All right, set up a small little firm. It's hard to do. Getting started is very difficult.
Yeah.
Clients,
Of course.
they exist, but they're
Mhm.
kind of few and far between.
Mhm.
I tell you, graduating last year in May, that was a terrible, terrible time in the economy
Mhm.
for myself and the vast majority of my classmates.
Yeah.
Some people got jobs, most of them through family connections.
Mm.
The rest, out in Bemidji or out of state
Mhm.
somewhere.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right now, like personally, the economy here is hurting me. I live downtown here, right across from Loring Park,
Mhm.
but I work in Fargo, North Dakota,
Mm-hmm.
4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's where I could get a job.
Yeah.
That's where they have jobs.
Oh, interesting.
And part of it is because they have a much better environment for people who want to create businesses.
Oh, that's interesting.
Much better environment for
So you
people
kind of
who
get a taste
hire
of
people.
what you would consider to be the, I don't know, unfriendly business environment in Minnesota?
It's affected me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes me drive out to North Dakota 4 days a week and live in a hotel. And I
Hmm.
think that's another one of my key issues is bringing careers to Minnesota. And this is an area where my opponent and I differ greatly.
Mhm.
You know, she supports, you know, a lot of the government spending. You know, a
Mhm.
lot of the government spending on projects.
Mhm, mhm.
Like we had this $1 billion bonding bill earlier in the year, and you know that did put a lot of people to work. It put a lot of people to work in the trades and in construction,
Mhm.
and that's great. These people needed work. But it doesn't do anything for an accountant who lives downtown who can't find work. You know, it doesn't do anything for a person living in uptown with a marketing degree who is waiting tables or
Right,
tending bar.
right.
You know, I think we need to create an environment where people can hire, or we need to create an environment in Minnesota that is friendly for businesses who are able to hire people of all careers. You know, people in the trades, people of, you know, with professions across all industries and careers.
So you're saying rather than targeting one trade or construction with the bonding bill, that we just make an overall better business environment that anybody can?
For anybody,
Yeah.
for people who are small business owners, for people who have degrees,
Yeah.
who want to work at larger companies,
Mhm.
just better for everybody.
And do you have a way to suggest doing that? Or?
I think the best way, the way that's worked for a lot of our neighbors, is a lower business tax rate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at South Dakota. South Dakota has 0 business income tax, and you know they're thriving. North Dakota, lower business income tax than us.
Mhm.
They're thriving. I think they're at 4% unemployment.
Really?
4%.
Hmm.
I'm working there. I'm
You're-
not working here.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
kind of proof of that.
Huh.
So I think that's one thing that we can do. It'll be good for everyone. It'll be good for people who can't find work. It'll be good for people who are underemployed, and it'll be good for the budget overall because
Mm.
it'll raise tax revenues by having more people employed.
Nice, nice. Well, good luck to you. Thank you very much for coming on the show
All right.
today. I appreciate it. And we'll see come November if you can break the trend of, you know,
It's a
you know, that's been consistent in 68 for the last 30 years. So thank you.
uphill battle. It'll be the biggest upset in Minnesota since Ventura. So.
Well, we'll see what happens. And I want to thank you very much for joining us today here with my guest, Brian Gruber. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.